Hi everyone, it's Mark again here. I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network, and we now have over 80,000 members all over the world. And I get to jump from city to city, country to country to meet some of our full members. And I'm delighted that Tiffany Dexter has joined us and has joined me today. Now we're miles apart. It's very early in the morning for me, and it's late at night for Tiffany. So, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We've already had an interesting chat, so I kind of know the Tiffany story, which is fascinating. So Tiffany is sort of has a foot in two camps at the moment: investment banking and real estate, and then I think it would be fair to say your heart is still in dance and music. Would that be fair?
Yes, 100%. I couldn't do what I do without dance and music because that's what keeps me sane. Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm not one of life's dancers, I'm afraid, but I could not live without music. Then, in fact, I'm on a bit of a campaign in the UK to have a no music day, just to where you're not allowed to have any.
Everyone's
So
sad.
I know, just for one day, just to remind us how important it is.
It
And
really is.
music is one of those things that one of those human activities that scientists have been trying to work out why we do it. And I think our hearts and souls would tell us why we do it, but it's
Well, the
incredible.
earth tells us why we do it. I mean, you hear birds sing.
Exactly that.
Yeah. It could be, music to someone could be a river. It could be gnarly gangster rap. It could be like metal drumming. It could be, yeah, birds singing, anything.
Yeah,
The sounds, waves crashing, like that's beauty and sound to music to people's ears, and it
yeah.
helps.
And but I think the scientists like facts and reasons, and um, they don't understand how something like music can become so ubiquitous and widespread in all societies across the world.
Well, it's
Yet,
easy.
yet it has no tangible human survival benefit. It's
Yeah, it
interesting.
does.
So,
Yes, it does. I
intangible, yes. Tangible,
I guess I okay. Well,
yeah.
it's international language that portrays every emotion, and that's it. I mean, what other entity, what else in life can talk to everybody in
Mm,
different ways and portray every feeling and emotion that that person or human or animal,
yeah.
they sing to each other. I mean,
Mm,
everything, any race, any species, anything.
yeah.
They all do.
I heard a lovely saying, which was music can help you forget everything and remember anything.
Yes,
Love that.
it's
So
beautiful.
now you're in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico.
Yes,
Lucky you. Um,
yes,
I'm in
very.
I'm in slightly overcast, rainy England. So
Life is a lot there. Oh, it's
just
right.
so let me
Really.
know. Tell us a bit about you and your passion for the arts and culture. And I know you had a dance story as well when you were younger.
Yeah, okay. When I was young, um, I loved music. I remember, I started, okay, there's so much I want to say. So exciting. Um, I started tap, jazz, and ballet at 4 years old. I also had my Madonna bows, my boom box, and my microphone, and would sing and dance and perform and choreograph the neighborhood children in full performances, watch MTV nonstop. And yeah, until 16, you know, tap and ballet. I wanted to be a Broadway dancer. I wanted to give the happiness and passion I felt to the people watching. Because when you share that, there's such a beauty right there. Um, People go and do a ballet. Ah, I don't like ballet. and then they see something or hear something. It could just be the way the performer's leg goes up on that one note, and it's like it moves them in a certain way. There's sounds and movements that can just change people. And I think, like, I believe, you know, yeah, I'm speechless about it. It's like there are no words for art and culture can do for people.
I heard another saying. I'm full of these useless sayings. I'm sorry, but
No, I like them.
somebody said talking about music is like dancing about architecture. You know, you can't. Words don't work. You know, music picks up where words leave off. You know, that's something and there are certain pieces of music that have been so important for me, and they still, every time I listen to them, it's the what is it, the shiver factor. It's, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I have one of those right now on like repeat. And the lyrics are, I make music to numb your brain.
Mm.
And just the way it go, it's like, oh shit, you're gonna take me down this rabbit hole right now.
Yeah. The
That's
other
what
thing that
does, explains like in one sentence what it does.
yeah, the other thing I've realized is that it's much easier. It's impossible if you see some lyrics, you're singing it in your head, and
Oh yeah, oh god, I
yeah.
can't save my life.
No, but I can't either. But I know that it's so much easier to remember the lyrics for a song, and I think some experiments have been done on this. People have given lyrics, "Hey Jude," for example, right, and although they've said to people, right, can you tell me the lyrics for Hey Jude? And they can't do it unless they sing it. So
I can sing it in my mind right now.
yeah, me
That's how I
too.
am. That's how I am now
But
because I manage DJs and they think I should DJ. And I say, no, but I'm telling you what to do because I'm DJing in my mind. I don't know how to do what you're doing. So you just listen to me, like hook
I
something
think
in your brain.
I think you have a thing called synesthesia. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's quite rare, and I have it a bit, I think, but there's a composer in our gang called Geoffrey Schumann, and he writes music for computer games and movies, and he says he can hear the music when he sees the pictures in
Oh
his head.
yeah. Oh,
You know?
completely.
If I listen to music, I can see the choreography. I
Mhm.
can't dance, and I have no idea how I would communicate that. But I seem to, if I'm listening to classical music or something else, and or anything, I can close my eyes and see what a dance group might be doing to that.
Oh,
It's
totally.
yeah, it's
100%.
so so this is great. So thank you so much for doing this. We're going to have some fun now, if that's okay. Um, I do the arts and culture hot top 10. Now I should tell everyone that you've had no warning about this, and that's cruel of me, but it's going to be great for you. So there are no wrong answers, and invariably it comes up with a surprise and sometimes an anecdote. So are you ready, Tiffany?
Always.
Okay. I'd like to ask you first if you have a favorite building, and if so, why?
Um, there's a building I discovered in Guadalajara the second time that I visited. It's pink and it's bricked. The windows are bricked. Um, it's 2 stories in a neighborhood downtown, and it is mysterious as hell.
Hmm.
And I want to know why that it's bricked up and why, in Mexico, it's really hard to find the owners or anything if there's any even papers in the government about these buildings that are sitting there. And it's small, but there's something freaking magical and creepy about it that I love it. I need it. Like it's on my phone, saved pictures. I took pictures just of the outside and I'm obsessed with it.
Love it. I guess, given our earlier conversation, Elizabeth Taylor's house would be second on your list, perhaps.
Oh, wow. It's interesting. It's like, it's funny when I go to her house, that's now a restaurant, I don't feel as much as when I drive by where they filmed like the iguana movie. Yeah, because there's still an iguana there. And it's
Yeah.
shut down. It's like a broken down driveway with a freaking iguana. And when you're driving south in our bay, you see it like it's right there. Like, and I always like, feel her there because I had the honor to work for her for years and stuff in charity and runway and everything else. But she's a special woman. Yeah, she's very, very, very special.
That's great. I love that. Now, do you have a favorite book, or what's your most recent read?
You know what? Such a dork. Okay. I have two-part answer. Part one, with the Lee press on nailed from my daughter, and one with and one without. I always had a hard time reading and comprehending when I was young, all the way into college until the series of Harry Potter came out. And after that, I could read like no other, went into broadcast journalism. Like, I mean, it was amazing. My love of reading took off. I know probably a lot of people say Harry Potter, but like it literally taught me how to read and comprehend. Like, and I went to Catholic school, I got good grades, everything else, because I tried very hard. But it was like when it all clicked and I could actually read properly.
That's the first time anyone's cited Harry Potter, but I can't understand entirely why. I've seen it happen. I remember walking around a furniture store shortly after the first book, or the last book, I think it was the really thick one. And there was a child just sitting on a bed with a big book in her hand when, up until then it would have been an iPad or a phone, and it was
Got kids into books.
Yeah, it was just fantastic. I've loved the books. I've read them all. I've watched all the movies. My daughter is a big fan. And I love the fact J.K. Rowling was interviewed once and she was asked, how on earth did you get to write these books as a single mother, bringing up a young child? And she said, I didn't do any housework for 2 years. Love that. I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, well, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, because being a single mother, all you do is housework. I know that. And
right, moving on. This will be fun.
oh, it's good.
Ready? Do you have a favorite dancer, dance group, or dance style? I can tell this is agonizing.
Yeah, that's really like, how could you even? I'm gonna pause by saying I read Harvard Review journals now. I really love those. Side note. Okay. But okay. I always oh my gosh. Okay, quick history of dance of what Tiffany loves. Duh, Mickey Mouse Club. Okay. Like OG Mickey Mouse Club. Like, yeah, I wanted to be one of them. And then I wanted to be on In Living Color, where Jim Carrey first started his career. And I can imitate Fire Marshal Bill really well. That's about arts and culture, acting.
Oh yeah.
And every theater show I ever participated in, I had to be the crazy one or just the character that people didn't want to be because I thought it was just so much fun. But yeah, dance. Wow, that's hard. I mean, even growing up, for my birthday, my mom would take me and my girlfriends to the Nutcracker Ballet. Oh my gosh. Wow. We even saw it as an adult. We went together before I moved. Before I got pregnant. Oh my gosh, yeah, like 10 years ago, we went.
Okay, so I'm going to give you Nutcracker for the
Yeah,
time being.
yes. I mean, my
Excellent.
gosh,
Now
hell yeah.
this one will be fun given that you've lived in different countries, right? So
Yeah.
I want you to assume that you've been exiled from both Mexico and the US for some unknown misdemeanor, more mystery. But you can choose where you're going to live next based on your perception of that country's culture.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you like to be living?
It's hard because, of course, your brain goes to where you have already been
Mm.
because that's all you know. Um, it, without no, because I couldn't do what because I sit here and analyze the whole thing like on rapid speed. It's just like, okay, I can do what I need to do, and you know, the economy there maybe doesn't support this or that.
Mm.
But Bali, Indonesia, obviously, not
Nice.
obviously, but that's me. Bali, 100%.
I've never been to Bali, but that sounds like a lovely place to live,
The people
especially
are beautiful, the culture is
yeah.
beautiful, the
And those
traditions.
wonderful gamelan orchestras of bells, and it's
Oh my
fantastic.
gosh, it's amazing.
Okay, so we've got what have we got? We've got you from at the moment. You're in your mystery pink house in Puerto Vallarta, reading Harry Potter, um,
Oh my God, that fits so well.
dreaming about all of the dance that you've done in your life, and the occasions when you went to the ballet with your friends, and you're sitting in Bali while this happens. So that's great. Now, um,
That's so beautiful.
I love building these pictures of different people, so based on their preferences. So
God.
now, as a participant or a spectator, do you have a favorite sport?
Hmm. There's so many answers. I like so many things. Gosh, this is hard.
I know.
Well, obviously, um, when I had to stop dancing because of my knees and my parents wouldn't give me knee surgery at 16, I went cheerleading. Competitive sport, cheer. Yes, because it's dance.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. I've watched some of the videos on
Oh,
YouTube.
it's extremely dangerous. I mean, it blows my mind what they can do. I mean, I'm 5'9", so I mean, I did not fly. You have to have girls that are tiny, tiny,
Mm,
but at least incorporated dance, movement, expression, um, and just the true art. Like really focuses on like just precise angles and everything like
mm,
that. I love that.
brilliant.
um, Perfectionist a little bit. And I started playing tennis a lot, which was great. I think swimming is just healthy for your body, period. And yeah, no, I mean, competitive sports. I love the Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. I had the honor to hang out with them a lot because I worked for Fox Sports Net because
Mm,
my one of my majors was broadcast journalism in college. So
yeah. Okay, so we've got you in the sport. So we'll give you American football. We've got our own
oh,
football
good
team.
because I was in the first lingerie bowl on pay-per-view for Super Bowl and we
Well,
won. Uh-huh.
I've seen
Name
that.
it,
I've seen
I've done
some
it,
of the
babe. Name
videos.
it, I've done it.
That's brilliant. Oh, please, have you got the video?
Google me, but
Okay,
with my name. Yeah, Google Tiffany Haugen and you'll see me.
okay. I'll have a
That's
look.
embarrassing.
Now,
No,
this one's really, given your love of music, which you describe as undeniable, I think, on your LinkedIn profile, or um, this is a really tough one, but I'm going to limit you to one genre or type of music for the rest of your life. So, is which one type of music could you not live without? And who might be in there?
mm, Oh God, see, I'm in a battle with myself right now because I, you know, and not to be rude, this is my number one hated question that people have asked me throughout my life. No, well, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite music? It's like, no, like it really bothers me because I wouldn't even know where to go first.
Okay.
I think ballet dancing should go to rap. I think, house music is like a symphony. I mean, it's just like I am so
I guess that's a fair answer because um it's and that's this has not happened in an interview before, so I love it. And I love the way that you communicate and express and use words to try and capture things that are really difficult to capture. So if your answer was, and this would be a first, I'm afraid I don't have a kind of department store for different types of music. It's all music, and I can't. It's like asking me to choose a limb. I can't.
if you were to have one piece of your body to survive, what would it be? Please. You got to have it all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's all one thing. There's not differentiating the freaking bird. Like I said before, the bird, the river, the gangster rap, the metal band. It's all the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. You're the first person to dodge that one so cleverly. So well done. Now let's think about visual art. Are there any visual artists that you particularly like?
My son,
Nice.
mind blowing. Now I'm gonna cry.
Does he paint or draw or
He draws anime,
he does what, sorry?
anime drawing.
Does he? Wow. How old is he, if you don't mind me asking?
9,
9-year-old anime.
9.
That I'd like to see. So
It's mind blowing.
has
Like
have you I imagine like most of our children and grandchildren for me now, they're digital natives. They know their way around an iPad, a laptop, and perfectly. Has
yeah.
he has he experimented with any artificial intelligence, digital art
No.
creating tools? If you want to do him a favor,
He's asking for that for Christmas. I know he wants an iPad. He
uh,
has an iPad, but he doesn't have like where he can draw or like, you know, do something on it and
yeah,
have it do something. But I don't want him, it's funny. And I'm not downing artificial intelligence because my God, it's helped me out so much, please.
mm,
Yes. But excuse me, don't speak Spanish. But it like I don't want him to get lazy on his skill because the way he sketches is so beautiful. You can see the emotion. He made a chart of all the different characters' eyes from Demon Slayer. I mean, it just like, which is a book, it's a novel and a show, whatever.
mm,
And um, there's, I mean, I'm guessing at least 20, no, more than that, 30 different eyes of every single character and the emotion that you can see just in a square in his little assignment book for homework.
wow.
No, I mean, I can send you pictures. It's mind blowing. My friend Winair, who's in Nigeria, he's a rapper. He saw this picture where my son Ari drew and then colored in one side of the picture. And he said, "Mom, for your homework, you do the other side," because he knows like I like art too.
Mm,
My whole house is art and books and music.
mm,
And uh, and my friend in Nigeria, he's like, "Can I use that for my rap album cover? Like that's incredible. Like the finished product was incredible." And it was cool to have someone like it's just mom and son doing our art, to have someone in another country in a completely different genre than like any type of anime or whatever, a rap artist in Nigeria asked, oh my gosh, please, that's incredible. Like, can I use that? And I'm just, of course, he's my homie. Of course, man.
No, that's great. So your son is your visual artist. Look at this lovely
Yeah.
picture we're building up. You're in Bali, you're in Puerto Vallarta, the pink mystery building, all of that. Your son's pictures, anime pictures on the wall. Brilliant. Now, I don't know if you're into musical theatre, but do you have a favorite play or musical?
Fame, because
TV show or
no theater,
theatre
because
show? Okay.
theater, live theater. No, no, no TV. Like, I mean, I did TV, but for MTV, and that's, it's all fake. But anyway, no, I like real theater on a stage. There's something so incredible being in front of a live audience. Well, because I wasn't Fame, and I got a tap solo. So, so it's yeah, that is Fame. I'm gonna live forever, and they're singing it. Boom, music gives you
Yeah.
inspiration. What more can you say?
We had that's lovely. You can have Fame, the musical. We had a meeting yesterday with some of our other members, and we had a special guest drop in. His name is Charlie Christensen, and he's 13. And during his formative years, he found a love for musical theatre, and was bullied remorselessly at school for it. Yeah. And he started a charity, an anti-bullying charity, and he's doing a show in the West End on Sunday. He's filled the theatre. He's got lots of West End stars coming along to perform. We're going. I'm going to meet him.
You're
after.
Inviting me. So you're inviting me.
Come to the West End on Sunday.
I'll be there. Just give me a second. I'll hop on a plane like hours ago.
But he's a force of nature. He's such a lovely kid, and he joined our meeting yesterday and said hello to everyone. And wow. Incredible. He's a lovely singer. So yeah, it's really, I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be great. It's just a review show so there'll be bits of Cats, bits of Les Mis, bits of everything that's on.
Fun
now. So it's actually a kind of, it's like a potpourri of all of the best musicals on in London, because that's what they'll come and do, right? So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Now, what about a favorite movie, Tiffany?
That's interesting. Okay. Just the classic Disney Cinderella.
Okay.
I love that. The violins, the music, and her. I mean, it's life. I'm divorced now, but even I was with my husband for 20 years, and when we went to Disneyland, I bought, the Disney princess, Cinderella and the prince in like Barbie form. We had that on our wedding reception. Like everyone has little like statue. Oh no, I'm Cinderella and he's the prince, because we look like that. He's like Polynesian Italian, so he has dark and I was, I'm Cinderella, literally. It's just funny how that plays out and how it played out like my whole life. But as far as movies, because any movies that were made after books, like no, books always better. But no, Cinderella, ever since I was little.
You can have Cinderella.
I could just hear the violins and the music in the background of the whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's your synesthesia kicking in again.
It's playing in my head right now.
It's playing in your head. It's just, there's a complete, you've got your own personal jukebox there.
Oh yeah. Insane. Yes.
And this is the last question for this section, and then we'll play the this or that game. But with the exception of me, who was the last person to make you laugh?
Oh my gosh. JR, my investment banker in North Carolina. That's when I realized I had a phone call with you. He had me on, he's a talker, but I love listening to him because he's brilliant. And we're a force to be reckoned with because it's like he's like me. It's so funny. Oh, he's funny. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That was great. You know, I love doing this because we probably wouldn't have had that conversation had we not done the this or that, the arts and culture thing. So thank you, Tiffany. Anyone who sees this in the profile about you on the website will that I'll write. They'll feel as though they've had the pleasure of meeting you as I have now. So thank you so much for that. Now this is fast, okay? It's fast paced, instinctive replies, and we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to give you two things, and you've got to choose one of them.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? There's no anecdotes. It's just straight through.
Okay.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee. No.
Fail.
Coffee gives me a stomach ache now, so totally tea.
Okay.
It used to be coffee.
Radio or TV?
Who?
Radio
What?
or television?
Radio.
High heels or trainers?
High heels.
Car or motorcycle?
Car.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Concert hall or sports stadium?
Can we do a concert in a sports stadium?
You can. You're clever. You're the first person who's done that. You can think sideways. Most
Hello,
people can't.
Super Bowl. We get both best worlds.
Yeah. Cat or dog?
I can't be clever on that one because they're very distinctly different. For now, cat, because I don't have time for a dog. A dog needs more attention. But I love
dogs. Don't they? They say a dog has a master, a cat has staff. Test the water or jump in at the deep end?
Oh, jump always.
Orange juice, bits or no bits?
Bits.
Library or museum?
Library. Oh shit. Why can't we have a library in a museum? There are libraries in museums.
There are. I think you might be pushing that one a bit too far.
But imagine it.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Why have them separate?
I know.
Yeah. So you go and see it, and then you go and find a book about it.
It's a library museum, like, because there's art. When you go into a lot of libraries, there is beautiful old art, you know.
Yeah, there are. They often have galleries. Have you heard of the acronym GLAM? I only heard it recently. GLAM. Galleries. It stands for galleries, libraries, archives, and museums.
That is
I love it. It's incongruous because you don't associate glamour with those things, but it's great that it's got that.
Where glamour came from. I mean, my God, it has all the history there.
Shower or bath?
Shower.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Cooking. I'm a good cook.
Fiction or non-fiction?
Fiction.
That's the Harry Potter effect. Shopping online or shopping in store?
Store.
Reggae or salsa?
Reggae. Oh God, that's hard. I like that movement, but no, reggae is beautiful.
Yeah, I went to the Reggae Sunsplash once, and Sean Paul was headlining, and it was in Jamaica, and I said to the concierge at our hotel, what should we get there, 7:30 for 8? And they said no, it doesn't, 11:30 for 12. And Sean Paul came on at about 6 a.m. I think, and Robert Marley was on there, and Ziggy Marley, and that was just great.
Yeah.
But I love salsa dancing. So
oh my gosh, yes,
I would be torn. but
It is. It's hard, but I
no,
mean,
do you know, it's one of the
yeah.
rare, it's one of the it's one of the dance forms where the guy has all the hard work to do. You know, I used to go to a salsa club in London, and there was this guy who looked like Jack Black but shorter and fatter, right?
My goodness.
Yeah, and he was standing by the bar drinking a beer, and there was this line of statuesque dancers um, queuing up to dance with him because he was incredibly good at making his partner look fantastic. And I mean, he was just, you know, it's over there, here, up a bit, here, down. You know, that kind. I'm not really good at that, but it's the leading. You know, you're effectively choreographing in real time. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Love it. Oh, I digressed. I'm sorry. Right.
That's all
Now,
right.
indoors or outdoors?
Out.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Hmm.
You're
Um,
all Mac. I'm that person. Sorry.
I'm all Mac. I once turned down a job because they wanted me to work on a PC.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. No, I'd never.
Start assignments immediately or wait until the last minute?
Oh, total last minute.
Yeah,
It
me
just,
too.
oh
Yeah,
yeah. That's oops. Oh, sorry, that was the chair.
that's all.
That's when like the brilliance comes out though. I feel like
Yeah,
when there's a little pressure on.
I have a lovely friend he's a proponent of JIT, just in
Hmm.
time. He said, "I'm the opposite. I'll turn up for him. I'll get the train before the one that gets me there on time. I don't like being late. It's one of my pet hates." And but he'll rock up with 2 minutes to go, and he said, "Look, I've done it for the whole of my life. I've saved myself about 6 months of time by not being too early." So I kind of get that. Science or history?
Oh, science. Oh, yes.
New York or LA?
I'm an LA girl, so I have to say LA. But I
White
have
or
black. No, I'm in Mexico. Yeah, black. No, I'm black. Yeah.
circle or square?
Definitely a circle.
Okay.
There is no square anywhere near me.
I should get a psychologist to analyze these videos and find out what
I
they.
know. I know. It's interesting, right? I want to know
Yeah.
what they say about me.
Early morning or late at night?
Late at night.
With you. Messy
Mhm.
desk or tidy desk?
Everything needs to be organized perfectly all the time, and the floors
But
and the
but
no,
but
but messy desk or yeah. Okay, so get this. My desk looks messy, but it's perfectly organized. It's just because I
you
have so
know
much.
where everything is, I'll bet. Nobody else
I
does.
know, I'm gonna give you those answers. I mean, I'm gonna try to play your questions a little bit.
Okay. Um, okay. Bedroom door, open or closed?
Open.
Zombies or vampires?
Oh, vampires.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over. Come on.
Red or white wine?
Oh, depends where you are.
If you had to
I'm
choose
sure
one.
if I had to choose one, well, I'm in the heat, so I have to choose white.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Numbers or words?
Oh, numbers.
There's the surprise. Rare or well done?
Rare.
Basketball or baseball?
Well, I wouldn't play either of them, just so you know.
If you
That's
had to watch a game,
oh, done basketball.
right?
Lakers. But
Of
I
course,
love the
of
Lakers.
course, yeah. Lakers. Mild or spicy?
Spicy.
Opera or chamber music?
Opera. No. God. I find opera so fascinating because I can't sing. It just is so insane to hear a person use their voice as like an instrument. That, like with opera, it's not, it's like it's singing, but it's so instrumental. Like it's like the technicality of an instrument. I mean, all singing is, but no, that's the like beyond. That
Yeah.
is, it's fascinating.
It's where it all comes together for me: music, dance, acting, singing, scenery. You know, it's like I love it.
Yeah.
Whiskey or rum?
Whiskey. Tequila.
Huh?
Tequila.
Tequila, of course. I must put that in. Yeah. This is brilliant. I've got one more question for you, which is the one that people love. It is this is the final question, so I'll let you go because I know it's very late for you now. See the future or change the past?
Oh, see the future.
Nice.
That's what makes us the beauty.
And you can get the lottery ticket numbers then.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Tiffany, thank you so much for doing this. Don't rush off, but I just wanted to say thank you. And there'll be links to you wherever this appears. Anything you'd like me to add to that page, I can. This is lovely. I don't think I've ever met somebody who wasn't fully immersed professionally in the arts and culture sector, who's had so much passion for it. And you know, there's a lovely saying: we were all amateurs once, right? So it's a real pleasure to meet somebody who's so benefiting from their passion for the arts and culture, and at the same time you got the day job going on and responsibilities and children to think about. So you're a marvel. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm really looking forward to listening back to this when we publish it. I hope that wasn't too painful.
Oh, I loved it. I'm like, more. I'm like, yeah, I love your questions.
Thanks very much, Tiffany.